What's going on, guys? I am Stock Sniper Mike, and I'm back again with another Weekly Watchers video. And what a great way to start the first week of the year. We were able to profit over $2,500 in the first 5 days of 2022 trading. Let's go, snipers. If you guys would love to be a part of the team, we'd love to have you on the squad. Check us out at www.thestocksnipers.com, or you can check us out on the App Store, where we're about to jump into right now. So let's jump into the app. And when you go over to their Stock Snipers app, and you open it up, you're going to get the all page. So for those of you guys that are new, the all page is everything that we have to offer. You have the watch list, the AM watch list and the PM watch list. So there's 2 every day. You have the webinars that are posted every single Wednesday, and then the trade reviews that happen twice a week. So all that happens on the all page. But today we're going to be going over our weekly watchers list, and that's in that watch list tab right at the top. And when you click on the watch list tab, you'll notice it at the top of the page every Sunday night. On Sunday night is when we update this list with 10 new OTC stocks that we think have the most potential to make us money for the upcoming week. So let's dive in and let's see what we got here for this week. So on the list here, you're going to see the list of stocks to the left and then the sniper pattern to the right. So that's where we start off the watch list always, and then we're going to dive into what we're looking for. When we dive into what we're looking for, it's key for you to understand that we're putting on key support spots and key resistance spots that we want the stock to hold and then break above, and that's how we are actually going to be interested in them. A great way to do this is by your alerts tab in your Thinkorswim trading app. So you can set alerts, and we actually created a video about setting alerts, so go check that out in our YouTube channel. But let's dive into this weekly watchers list. And it starts off with a stock that we were actually in over the weekend. This is a penny stock that has ran like crazy in the past, and most of these stocks have that we're eyeing down. This is a first green day play, so a play that's been going down for a couple days and finally changing momentum. This stock's actually been going down for 10 straight downward days and now making a first green day. So that's why we decided to buy in on Friday. We're going to stay strict to the 4.9 cut because we got in at 5.1, looking for that follow-up day and the push into the 6s. And this next one is one that was hot at this same exact time last year, one that was able to spike from $1 all the way up to $4.50 and coming all the way back down, now back down to that $1 spot. This is EV related stock, ABML. This stock usually when it has first green days has very nice follow-up green days. We've made money off of it in the past, and we're going to look for that again if it's able to create a first green day. Last week, the EV sector got very hot when Tesla and Ford came out with their record-breaking deliveries for their electric cars. So maybe we'll get another spark here, but with the EV sector spark and a first green day, that will most likely get us 15% in ABML. But if we don't get sector momentum, we'll still be looking to play a first green day if we can hold $1 here. This next one is one that we've played in the past as well. OTC penny stock DPLS. Got a crazy name. They're named Dark Pulse. And we've been trading in a trading range between 6 and 7. So deciding which way they want to go. If they want to go down or up. We're looking for that day that is finally able to go up and create that first green day and push above 0.07. If that's able to happen with more than average volume, usually $200,000 or more in volume there, we're going to be looking to play this first green day next week. This next OTC penny stock, CYBL, is one that's on the downtrend. And just like every first green day, we like multiple red days before it happens. This one is now on 4 straight red days and coming down to that long-term support of 0.21. Every time a stock comes down to a long-term support, we like to see a first green day bounce off of there. So we're going to be looking for this to come down to 0.021 to start the next week and then create that first green day and possibly change momentum back around. Look, we got our ETH update. We're back above 3,000. Alright, this next one is an OTC sub-penny stock with very nice follow-up green days just like ABML. What we mean by that is when these stocks have first green days, they tend to have a second green day that follows up right after. KYNC hasn't had a first green day in a while, and it's coming down to that 0.055 spot that looks like it wants to change momentum. If it doesn't change momentum's here, 0045 will be the next spot we'll be looking for that first green day and momentum shift. This next one is one of our favorites in a stock that we've been watching since 2014. This is one in our favorite sector that is the reason why we started trading stocks in the first place, the Otc Cannabis Sector. This sector went absolutely nuts back in 2014 and 15 when we first started watching it, and then it has gone crazy when certain things has happened. We need sector momentum usually to push these kind of stocks, but at the end of the week last week, we got very nice closes in some cannabis stocks. So maybe something's going to happen in this upcoming week. Usually in the new years is when cannabis stocks start to go. So OTC cannabis stock MJNA, we're going to be looking for that hold of 2 and then a first green day pop. And once that first green day happens, especially if we have the sector momentum, we will be a part of that day. All right, and these next stocks, we're going to stick with the same sector. This is that cannabis sector that we were just talking about. These were actually the stocks that had very nice closes on Friday, only up 5% to close the week, but it all happened during power hour, giving us a sense that something might be happening this upcoming week. We don't potentially know what's going to happen, and usually legalization is what pushes these cannabis stocks, but hey, you never know. At the end of the day, we do believe that these 3 OTC cannabis dispensary stocks will be the ones that will be the sector leaders in the future once the US federally legalizes cannabis. But for now, we have to watch sector leaders like Tilray and CGC, and if those stocks are able to move, then these stocks will follow up with it as long as MJNA. And this next one was one that we actually were able to bag on the way up at a multi-month breakout. This is OTC penny stock IQST. We bagged it when it was breaking 80 cents and actually popped all the way up to above $1. Now it's finally coming back down, and when it came back down, it was able to create a really big red day on Friday, which is a red flag. Big red flag. So we're waving the red flag and looking for now a panic dip buy. A panic dip buy is when a stock drops a big percentage in a small amount of time. So we want this stock to drop all the way back down to 50-cent long-term support. If it's able to do that on Monday or Tuesday, we're most likely going to be looking to snipe a panic dip buy here in IQST, which would be nice because we'd be able to profit the way up and on the way down. And this next one is another sniper pattern, one of our favorites, a 52-week breakout, and that means the stock is breaking out of a 1-year high. This stock actually did that last week when it was able to jump from 20 cents all the way up from $3.99. 34 cents was the original breakout, and when it broke past that, it never came back below. And that's what we want to see. Usually when a big stock spikes up really high, it comes down really fast, but this one did not. It actually held 35 cents and 34-cent breakout. So for that, that's a good sign, and that shows that it could potentially want to continue to go and make new 52-week highs to start the new week. If that happens, we're going to most likely try to play that 52-week breakout in PQEFF. And this last one is one that we've actually been messing with for 2 or 3 days now. A couple days we've been watching this one to potentially short. We got into it and it never really cracked for us. We still do like the risk that we have because we got in the short at 205. The risk level we have is 52-week highs of 220. We'd most likely get out around 217 because that was last week's high a day. And if it breaks 217, it's most likely going to break 220 52-week highs. So we do have 2 scenarios here just in case certain things happen, because you don't know what's going to happen in the future. You just want to play the price action. We always say, don't let the stock play you, play the stock. And that's what we're going to do here with CGXEF. We're looking for that first red day finally to happen. It kept bouncing off of 190 last week, but it kept showing weakness. It never came back up to 217, so we're going to stick with that as cut, looking for it to crack below 190. If it does do that next week, we believe we're going to be able to see a possible panic dip buy all the way to 150. So if you're not in a short, look for a panic dip buy if this thing is able to crack. And if it's not able to crack, the second scenario would be we cover and we decide to get out right at 217. But if we do get out at 217, we always like to say whenever we cover, it's usually a good spot for people to buy. So we're going to possibly be looking to buy that 52-week breakout depending on the volume and if it's able to push past 220 and then hold that spot. Because people are just like us and they're shorting this stock. And if you're shorting this stock and you have to get out, that causes a short squeeze because people are forced to buy. So we'll see what happens in CGXEF, but a little bonus there, we gave you 2 scenarios to close out the weekly watches list. And that's all we got there. Like I said, last week was an amazing week, $2,500 plus from the snipers to start 2022, but then it closed very cold. So you don't want to jump onto things when they're cold. You want to take advantage of them when they're hot. And that's why we got this watch list right here. Hopefully you guys are able to take advantage of one of these 10 stocks and profit with them. If it's not one of these 10, maybe it's one of the ones on the watch list on our team. If you'd like to join our team, like we said earlier, check us out on our website, www.thestocksnipers.com, or up on Google Play or the App Store under Stock Snipers. I'll see you guys back here on Tag Bag Tuesdays next Tuesday for another weekly watches list. Stock Sniper Mike, out.